Hello. What I'm going to talk about on this clip is cover 2, one of the defensive forms of football. Cover 2 defense is simply a zone defense with 2 defenders in the deep area and 5 to 6 defenders in the under zone. I'll explain the alignment of the defenders when I play cover 2 defense. The other parts are not much different, and only defense back players need to understand a little bit more. The cornerback players should be 5 yards away from the receiver and outside the receiver. At this point, there is something that a cornerback must decide. What the cornerback must do is check if there is one receiver or at least 2 receivers per center. The reason is that the technique used is different between having one receiver and 2 or more receivers. The cornerback player can use a technique called hard squat if there is one receiver or soft squat if there are more than 2. I'll talk about this squirt technique in more detail next time. Next, let's talk about the safety players. The safety players are 12 yards away from LOS because it is their biggest mission to defend the deep zone. Next, they need to see where the balls snap in the hash marks. If the ball is snapped on the hash middle, the safety players will each be seated on the hash marks. And when the ball snaps on the hash left, they'll move it 3 yards to the left and 3 yards to the right when the balls snap on the hash right. This time, let me explain the strength of cover 2 defense. Cover 2 defense is the biggest feature of many defenders in the under zone. So cover 2 defense can take advantage of this. It is effective in defending the offense team's short, fast passes because the under zone has a lot of defenders. And because the cornerback players are relatively front-facing, the offense team is able to run faster when playing. If you have strengths, you have weaknesses. As you all know, cover 2 defense is a play with a weakness in deep zone. Since there are only 2 defenders in the wide area called deep zone, the play has its disadvantage of allowing big play at once. Due to the limited amount of space for 2 safety people to move, the weak spot on the cover 2 defense is near the center area of the deep zone and the sideline of the deep zone. The center of the deep zone opens outward to allow the safety players to quickly cover the outside, which may show a weakness for fast-moving passes. And the outer area of the deep zone can be a weakness because it takes a safe player time to get there. Because of the weakness of the cover 2 defense that I showed you earlier, there are the modified cover 2 defense. I'll show you 2 different plays from cover 2 defense. The simplest thing to do is to move the inside linebacker into the seam zone after 3 times. This allows the safety players to adjust their position a little bit outward, so that they can focus more on the outside than on the center. Here's the second way. This is how to send an outside linebacker located on a wide field to an seam zone. You can play pass defense by giving an outside linebacker a technique called a vertical hook. Next, I'll show you how to play pass defense with modified cover 2 defense.